Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while since I've been able to make a video here in my office with the quality mic. I love making videos here compared to my vehicle. Even out in nature, there's just something warm about this little environment that I'm in with all my books next to me and my snake and my animals nearby. But wanted to talk about certain herbs that have been known to help induce vivid dreaming, things like clear dreams, prophetic dreams, and lucid dreams. And to me, you know, you're really not going to have prophetic dreams until you get your power to lucid dream back. And I'm not saying that I have that power currently, but I have had a large handful of occasions where I have achieved a lucid state within a dream. And essentially, for people who don't know what a lucid dream is, it's when you become aware of the fact that you're dreaming within the dream, and you realize that you can now, due to the fact that you're aware that you're dreaming, you can now manipulate the dream and do whatever you want in the dream. You can call in your dream guides, which are often animals, ancestors, Native American spirits, even elementals, things like fire, genies, all sorts of neat stuff. So, dreams are highly fascinating, and you know, there's so much in our dreams that we don't really realize because most of us don't remember our dreams in the morning. So you have to also remember that the dream plane is one of the #1 places that you're having sorcery worked on you. Spells, all sorts of things like that. Thought someone pulled up. But again, the dream plane is one of the easiest places for you to get a spell put on you or bad juju, you name it. And the Native Americans hold dreams in high reverence, and they're all about dream walking, becoming lucid in the dream and not allowing things like misfortunes to happen in the dreams. So, you know, I read a medicine man talking about, I read a little passage from a book I have about a medicine man who was teaching someone, an initiate, the importance of controlling his dreams, and he compared the dream state to kind of like a movie. When you watch a movie, you don't really recognize each frame. You just recognize the free-flowing picture. But according to him, within the dream, you can actually slow the dream down once you become lucid and observe each frame of the dream like a movie if you were to watch it frame by frame. So if you were being attacked in a dream, like being stabbed in the stomach, you could pause the frame right before you were going to be attacked and take the weapon, whether that be a knife, you name it, from the person and destroy it, and not allow that spell to be put on you. Because let me tell you, things that happen in dreams can lead to illnesses here in the physical plane, ladies and gentlemen. The dream plane, in my opinion, is more real than the physical dimension. The dream plane is where you have no limitations, but you're not going to realize that until you get into a limitless state of mind within your dreams, where you can do whatever the fuck it is you want. You can communicate with dead ancestors, you can communicate with the dead, you can communicate with animal spirits. It's dreaming. The dream plane is one of the #1 ways to realize what your animal totem is, your animal spirit guard, or spirit guide, excuse me, unless you have some type of intense Kundalini awakening where I mean, for me personally, when I had my first awakening, my first full-blown Kundalini awakening, I was able to communicate with the snake in my room. I was able to communicate with my cat telepathically. I was taught what my animal totems were, and that is the salmon and the wolf and the serpent. So I'm not going to get into that right now. That's kind of a complex subject. Didn't want to make this video too long. I want to get right into it. One herb I've used extensively is Guayusa, also known as guyasa, and that is a caffeinated tea. God, I can't remember where that originates. I don't think it's Brazil. But anyways, this stuff, if you drink it midday, chances are you're gonna notice that your dreams are more vivid, and you're gonna notice that your dreams are much easier to remember. That's been my own experience. You don't want to consume this stuff before you go to bed, though, because it is high in caffeine, and it most likely will keep you up. Although some people have the flip side effect, where they can consume caffeine right before bed, and it actually helps them go to sleep. I've experienced that a few times, but again, there's Guayusa. You can buy that. Safeway has it right now. It's a little expensive. It's cheaper to buy it online. And I recommend just getting Guayusa. Don't get the blend that has lavender in it or any other herbs. Just get plain guayasa and start experimenting with it. Start with 3 grams. Boil it for like 2 minutes, let it cool, and consume that. You have to excuse me, it's a little hot in here. I just got out of a hot shower, and it's impeding my flow, so to speak. But again, I want to keep it quick. I'm not going to go into minute detail about all these herbs. There's guayasa. You can locate CALEA ZACATECHICHI, but that is a little more expensive than it used to be. It's also harder to get real good quality CALEA ZACATECHICHI. And to spell that, that's C-A-L-E-A-Z-A-C-H. Excuse me. CALEA, C-A-L-E-A, ZACATECHICHI, Z-A-C-A-T-E-C-H-I-C-H-I. I'll put a link on the screen right now so you guys can copy and paste it. You can find it on Amazon. You can find it on eBay. Certain herbal shops will sell it. You name it. But another very easy dream herb to come by, which is available at most quality alternative health stores, is mugwort. And you can smoke mugwort to help induce dreams, or you can consume it in a tea. It's quite bitter, however, so you kind of got to just get over the fact that many of these things aren't going to taste good. That's really not the point. You're consuming something to induce clearer dreams so that you can kind of get a sense of what's really going on in the dream around you. In the dream world, excuse me. It's unfortunate that we have to, in the West, kind of resort to using herbs like these shamanistic, medicine man style herbs to induce these dreams. But let me tell you, due to the fact that we've been so programmed and we've been so separated from the dream plane for so long, I view these things as tools, and if you use them properly, there's nothing negative about using these herbs. There's also blue lotus tea. That's fairly expensive. I love the taste of blue lotus tea. Again, all these can be purchased online. There's the African dream bean. There is the Zosa dream root. I'll put links in the description box to all this stuff. But there's also something called the intellect tree. God, I wish I had the link right now so I could tell you guys the exact name of it. But I mean, that gives you a pretty simple start for the stuff if you want to get into lucid dream herbalism, I like to call it. And I recommend guayasa, mugwort, and CALEA ZACATECHICHI simply because they're the easiest to source and the easiest to come by in the matrix, especially mugwort. It's the cheapest. So yeah, that's just a brief little video here. I didn't want to go too long. It's fucking hot as hell in this room and I need to get some shit done. But again, if you're interested in the dream plane, it means that you're smart, and if you're interested in getting your power back within the dream plane, it means you're even smarter. Because so many things are happening to us within the dream world that are actually affecting us here in the physical plane, and we aren't aware of it. So when we dream, we really do stimulate the right hemisphere of the brain, the female aspect of the brain, the intuitive nature of the brain system, the cerebrospinal system, you name it. And when we wake up and we come back into the material world, we're dominated by the male side of the brain, the problem with the being alive in the physical plane right now is the fact that we, as Westerners, we use primarily our left lobe of our brain, and it keeps us grounded in this crazy world, but it also separates us from achieving the truth, because the truth of shamanism, the truth of the spirit realm, is really located in the right side of the brain. So when we do fall asleep, we activate that part of the brain, and when we wake up, it goes back to the left so that we can deal with the material world without being confronted with all these very intense spiritual aspects of the physical plane that are always around us, yet we just don't notice them because we don't have proper functioning between both sides of the brain. And that's what Kundalini does. Kundalini really does is it moves up the energetic systems of this cerebral spinal system. It corrects all the aberrations, and once it gets nestled inside the brain, stimulates the hypothalamus, the pineal gland, the limbic system, and activates all the pia mater, you name it, and you get all that electricity within your brain, and your brain cells start coming back, and they get re-nourished again. You bridge the gap, you bridge the schism between left and right, and now you see with both sides of your brain completely activated, and that's when you become an androgynous individual. That's when you achieve enlightenment. And that's when you can stand in the physical dimension, not being dominated by the left hemisphere, the male hemisphere of the brain, and you can realize what the exact truth is. You can peek into the aethers and see all the spirit guides, see the angels, and you can see all of the etheric things happening around you that you are completely you've been bamboozled from being able to see this stuff because of our conditioning. They've taken away proper functioning of the brain, and we're dominated by the male aspect of the brain. So, just a brief little rant. I'm drinking a little bit of distilled water here. I'm about to do a little bit of research. Probably do some research on astrology tonight, and some might read a little bit from the Essene Gospel of Peace. I like skimming throughout. I like skimming through those books, all 4 parts of the Essene Gospel of Peace series. I love reading those throughout the year. They keep me inspired. There's so much good quality information in those books in relation to healing. Those books are a key to understanding the immutable laws of nature, in my opinion. But, so yeah, that pretty much wraps it up again. 3 dream herbs. I mean, you can just go on Google and type in dream herbs and find all sorts of stuff, but a lot of this stuff is expensive, and why pay top dollar for something that you can pay, you know, you can buy mugwort for super cheap, and it should be able to help you just as much. So we got mugwort, we've got the Mexican dream herb, also known as CALEA ZACATECHICHI. That stuff is so disgusting tasting, but if you brew it down to like 4 ounces of fluid, you can just take a shot of it, a big gulp, a couple of gulps, and get that stuff down, and it should start affecting your consciousness within 15 to 20 minutes after you've drank that. I prefer drinking it on an empty stomach. It does kind of make you feel a little drowsy, and it makes you feel a little altered. And what was the other one? And Guayusa. So check the link below, or the description box. I got it all written out, and I'm repeating myself, so I'm going to wrap this one up. On behalf of the Sacred Starseed Serpent Uraeus YouTube channel, thank you for watching this video. I hope this video can help inspire you to see the common sense rationale in not only living in the physical dimension, but also taking your power back and becoming more conscious of the dream world. I mean, to think that we can actually become lucid within the dream world and learn things. I mean, people think that you learn from books or that you learn from teachers. How about learning from your dreams? How about learning from the entities within the dream world? The spirits, the elementals, the animal totems. So, peace be with you all.